Welcome to Intelligence Gateway.
Network structure refers to the arrangement and organization of devices, connections, and components that form a computer network. It defines how devices are interconnected and how information flows within the network. This might be IP addresses, which identify devices on a network so they can send and receive data over the internet, or domains and network segmentation for setting the boundaries of the network. This lesson you will learn about the application and function of 1. Network address translation. 2. Domains. 3. Network segmentation. 1. Network address translation. An IP address is a string of numbers that will uniquely identify a computer that is connected to the internet, or any network that uses the IP protocol. Earlier this lesson, we learnt about the Internet Protocol. For a long time, we used a version of the IP called IPv4. IP addresses, when using IPv4, were made up of a 32-bit number, which we usually express in dot decimal notation, made up of 4 decimal numbers each between 0 and 255. This allowed for a little under 4.3 billion addresses, 155 100 110 1140 001 0100 241 111 0000 51 0011 00118 bits =1 byte. This sounds like plenty of addresses, right? Well, unfortunately not. We ran out of them in 2011. This is why network address translation became so important. In the lesson Antivirus and Firewalls, we learnt about NAT and how it allows us to assign private IP addresses to our devices within our private network. There is a set range of IPv4 addresses that are reserved for use as private addresses. These are known as RFC 1918 private addresses. They are 0, 0.010.255.255.255.16, 0.0172, 31255255 0.0192 168 So on your private network, you can use these IP addresses, and it doesn't matter if they're used on a different network, they just need to be unique to each device on our network. Then network address translation will convert the device's private IP address into our public gateway IP address when sending data outside of the network. However, now we do have IPv6, which has been steadily deployed over many years. IPv6 addresses use a 128-bit number. This 128-bit number is represented as 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits, separating each group with a colon. That allows for over 18 quintillion addresses. An example of an IPv6 address is below: D14E, 3170, A876, DD48, 3897, 60dB DC58, D348. This should be enough IP addresses forever. However, we still use private IP addresses due to the security benefits. 2. Domains. In the context of computer networks and the internet, a domain refers to a unique and human-readable name that represents a specific website or network location. A domain is part of the larger domain name system, DNS, which serves as a hierarchical naming system for computers, services, or any resource connected to the internet. A domain name consists of 2 main components: the top-level domain, TLD, and the second-level domain, SLD. The TLD is the rightmost part of a domain name, such as .com, .org, .net, .edu, or country-specific TLDs like UK or JP. The SLD appears to the left of the TLD and represents the specific name chosen by the entity or organization, such as example in example.com. 3. Network segmentation. Network segmentation is the practice of dividing a computer network into smaller, isolated segments or subnetworks to enhance security, performance, and manageability. It involves separating network devices, resources, and users into distinct segments based on specific criteria, such as function, department, location, or security requirements. This benefits of network segmentation are: performance. It reduces the amount of network traffic by dividing that traffic over multiple networks. Security. It can minimize the impact when a malicious user gains access to a network, as they will only have access to devices and data on one segment. An example of where segmentation may be used for security purposes is in a coffee shop. The network that is used for processing transactions needs to be segmented from the customer Wi-Fi network. Otherwise, a malicious user could connect to the Wi-Fi and be able to steal transaction data easily.
Thanks for watching. For more information, like, comment, and subscribe our channel.